You are looking live at a shot of downtown Fort Worth, Texas. Next to Dallas, it's often forgotten, but not around these parts, especially when the Fort Worth Toros are playing home in the Stockyards to the Florida Storm, and they're looking to get back on track for their first win of season 17. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup. Rick Northrup is with me this week.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Justin Reside and Zach Holdorf are the statisticians for today's game as the Florida Storm, fresh off a 26-19 victory at the convention over the Denver Nightwings, look to continue their winning ways, and Fort Worth still looking for win number 1 on the year. Cameron Curtis threw for less than 100 yards last week and 3 interceptions. He is looking to get back on track. He has only 1 passing touchdown of the year. Let's hope he can do it against a very stout Florida defense. Coin toss being called by the newly minted Hall of Famer Ron Cochran for Florida. And they will put their defense, led by the other Hall of Famer on this team now, Alex Dominguez on defense.
Good shot of Ron Cochran there, still follically challenged. The wily vet has some stats that he'd like to change around if he could, I think, as the season goes, Colin. We'll see that.
We'll see that indeed. Ethan Sneed set to kick this one off to Cade Stevens, and we're underway from Fort Worth. Down at the goal line, across the 10 to the 26-yard line. Now mark down Stevens. Fort Worth wearing their all Navy uniforms with white helmets and white accents throughout the jerseys and pants. 1st and 10 for the Toros. Ball on their own 26. Cam Curtis, the quarterback, number 18, will go through the rest of the starting lineup after this play. The 1st and 10. Split spread look with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Turn, gives to Jason Williams. First play for Jason Williams is loose, and he nearly breaks a big one there before tackled at the 47.
He rips off a highlight on the first play from scrimmage, Colin.
Oh my goodness. What a run by Williams, who spins and all has beautiful blocks. And it works out magnificently. Run of 25 yards. So Williams is the tailback. Aaron Alexander, rookie first-round pick, is the fullback. Wide receivers Cade Stevens and Steven Hacker. Tight ends Robert Garrett Jr. and Lauren Percoco. Johnny Van Man is the offensive lineman at guard. Here's the throw out to Hacker. He picks up 3 yards to the 50.
I want to welcome everybody into the chat. DHRL56, thanks for the shout out. Want to let you know we've brought Denver, the service dog, with us to the game, and he's a little rowdy. I think he's upset that he didn't make the convention trip last weekend, so you might hear him in the background. And Rick Meters in the house.
Had a stopover in Vegas last night, made it here in one piece. Oh, that throw is incomplete. Looking for Rococo as she dropped the ball. For this Florida Storm defense, up front they have Deontay Stoneville and Alessandro Tomello at defensive ends. Alex Dominguez, the Hall of Famer at defensive tackle. Linebackers, Stephen Black and Eric Hammer, defensive backs. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, Adam Jones are the corners. Safeties are number 21, Ryan Tobin, and number 20, Andrew Francis.
Yeah, the Rick Meter made a cameo in Las Vegas. Want to thank Andy for the exciting thing.
Here's a 3rd down conversion complete to Cade Stevens for the first down to the 41. His first grab of the day, and what a time for it. Here's Curtis. He's a big guy. He's 6'8", 223 pounds, 3rd season with the team.
6'8".
Throw over the middle, complete to Robert Garrett Jr. And already he's eclipsed his production from last week. He was held even without a catch, shockingly enough.
Yeah, that's probably one of the more interesting things from last weekend, Colin. But gets on track now in the first quarter.
Here's the two tight ends, one to either side, one receiver top and bottom, offset back. Curtis back to
Look
throw,
out.
throws it out complete. That is two for Coco. She hangs on to it this time and picks up 8 yards and knocked out of bounds at the 20.
Nicely done. A little out route run, fairly deep for the SFL anyway. And hey, Denver, how's it going? Bringing up second and short. I like it.
Now for Coco, lines up in the backfield along with Adam
A little goal line
Alexander.
offense
It's here to get to Williams. His second carry, and they say he picked up 2.5. Not only 3rd and inches from the 18. Wouldn't be surprised if they go back to Williams here.
Yeah, goal line made a lot of sense, and Florida was ready for it.
Tackle made on the big play by Eric Hammer. Fitting last name for that guy. Offset eye, strong. Single receiver to the bottom. Here's to get to Alexander and his fourth carry of the year. That's positive yardage for a first down to the 16 to pick him up 2.
Here, guys, going to say goal line, not a bad way to go in short yardage here. Fort Worth clearly focused on keeping the drive alive. Some OCs would throw deep or do something funky there, try and catch them off guard. They just want to keep the ball moving.
Offset single back. Here's Curtis. 6-step drop. Fired to the end zone. Caught. Stephen Hacker touchdown. Fort Worth.
Stephen Hacker.
Great catch up against the corner. And that's a 16-yard touchdown pass to open up the scoring for Fort Worth.
That's a nice drive. The Rick meter is impressed.
Right up against the corner there, Evan Carroll. It was a 50-50 ball, and that time it was won by Steven.
A little bit of a jump ball. A little bit of a jump ball. And I'm 13 again.
Here's Taco Sicario, brother of Nacho. On for the extra point. He's a couple field goals away from 50 for his career, so milestone watch for him today. As it's up and good.
Well, they jump out to a quick lead on the first possession, Colin. Hey, I want to let everybody know we've got maybe some tech issues. We're getting some bleed through on some of the audio through the broadcast, so pay no attention to the people in the background. Listen to Colin.
We'll get a drive summary after the kickoff by Sicario. The rookie wide receiver Justice Blackwell back deep for Florida. From the goal line is Blackwell up the middle, makes a juke, and he gets knocked down at the 23. For the drive summary for Fort Worth, that was a 9-play, 77-yard drive and a 16-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Curtis to Stephen Hacker, only his second of the year. And Hall of Famer Ron Cochran comes out with Charlie Bullet Boletsky, who had 222 yards last week versus Denver, along with a couple of scores. Cochran is back to throw on first down, fires over, and is dropped. Looking for the receiver down the middle of the field. Number 10, Sylvester Tuitt, incomplete, 2nd and 10. Cochran is the quarterback. Boletsky is the halfback. Wide receivers E.J. Manson, Justice Blackwell, and Stephen Bush. Tight ends Varian Zarkov and Paulie Truth. And the offensive linemen Joseph Wade and Greg McDonaldson. Here's Cochran back to throw for pass attempt number 2. Will swing this out to the fullback, and he will pick up 3 yards. Tackle made on the play by Adam Leach, the cornerback. He's joined out there at his cornerback position by Aiden Davis. Other defensive backmates include Blake Preen, Marquise Reed, and Delaney Nash. And we'll go through the front 7 in just a moment after this 3rd and 7. Down the middle, incomplete. Marquise Reed, the free agent pickup from London, able to make the play, and Florida forced to punt after 3 plays. And Marcus Agrippa, one of the few contracted punters in the league. Ethan Sneed is the team's place kicker, number 3.
A disappointing first possession for them, no doubt.
Here's the punt away, and Agrippa. This is a high one over almost 4.4 seconds in the air, and Stevens returns it up to the 36.
Valiantly goes without the fair catch, Colin. Managed to get a couple of plus yards out of that.
And for the Toros, they're 3.5-point underdogs at home. Over under 45.5, according to our friends at Jack's Data. Jack Wall and Hunter Norwood. And here's Jason Williams up the middle. He picks up 5. And so far, his first 3 carries have been extremely productive for him.
They have been. And Florida's not ready for this for whatever reason. In the first gratuitous color guide comment of the game, they cannot afford to give up another long drive. That Florida team.
Here's the gift to Williams again, and he carries defenders past the first down mark to the 49. Man Robinson with a summary of the television game going on concurrently with our game as Mexico City takes on DC. 14-7 Aztecs, the score.
Stephen Hacker commenting on my all y'all talk. And you never know. We may or may not have already bought property down there in League City. We love that.
Here's Williams. He picks up a yard. And you see his average yards per carry, healthy 7.6. Had that long run to start the ball game.
And here come your Fort Worth Toros across midfield. For the second time in the game already, second possession.
Here's the kid to Alexander. He stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And don't look now, but here go your Fort Worth Toros back over on the other side of midfield.
Alex Dominguez recording the tackle. Over 180 career sacks for the man they call Big Sexy. He's looking to add to that total today as Curtis dumps underneath, and that won't do much. Only picks up 3, and it'll be a punt for Fort Worth.
Yeah, and no sooner had I criticized the Florida defense for not being quite ready for the Fort Worth running attack, and they stone him and force a punt, Colin. You okay over there?
I'm fine.
Why are you shaking your fist at me?
Well, now I am. Because you were saying I was doing something you were doing. You know, your idle mind worries me. Here's a return by Blackwell up to the 17.
My idle mind worries me too.
And Florida, at 2-1 mark, they play the Aztecs next week down in Estadio Azteca. We'll go over the Fort Worth defensive line and linebackers after this play, which is a Ron Cochran pass out to the left side to Charlie Beletsky. He picks up 3 yards. Good, solid tackle made by Aiden Davis.
Yeah, Beletsky with a little ballet razzle-dazzle, too. Gets a few positive yards out of a well-defended play.
Jeff Duffy is the defensive end he picked up from Queen City. His 8th overall year in the league. Gary Marks is the other defensive end, number 99. Joey Schwindet is the defensive tackle. David Horrell, I see you in the chat. He's the inside linebacker. Outside linebackers, Gabe Vincent and J.L. Browning. As that pass is complete for a first down to the 29-yard line, and E.J. Minson's first reception today is a big one.
Yeah, and I want to compliment Minson on that as the linebackers were sinking back in coverage. they sink a little too far, and he just cuts up inside, just over the line to gain to produce the first down.
Ball's on the 29. We're under 3:20 to go in the opening stanzas. Charlie Beletsky will pick up 2 yards. Solid tackle made by David Horrell. Pick up a 2, 2nd and 8. Two tight ends to the same side, one receiver each side, offset single back to the left side for Florida. Blitz being shown by Fort Worth. Here's to get to Beletsky. He stopped on the line of scrimmage for no gain by Gary Marks. And so far, offensive coordinator Ben Jackson's been calling a good game for Florida, but he's faced with another 3rd and long here.
Well, he's got to keep this drive alive and see if I can at least maybe put Fort Worth in poorer field position than they've had.
Here's Cochran, swings it out to Beletsky. Beletsky trying to make something happen, will only pick up a yard.
Well, the OC seems to have a crush on Beletsky as he's handled the ball well.
E.J. Minson's down.
Oh, no.
E.J. Minson, the star wide receiver, is hurt. And Max Paul definitely concerned now as one of his star receivers goes down. Looks like he was running a pattern and trying to block. That looks like Delaney Nash.
Oh.
And, he might have tweaked something there. Can't tell what.
Delaney puts him on his knees and then bends him back a little bit. We'll see what the medical staff has to say.
Second punt, and as many times from Marcus Agrippa as a result.
Dave Burrell cracked me up in the chat.
Here's the punt away from Agrippa. And the return is up to the 30 by Stevens. So Fort Worth, they moved the ball really well in their opening drive, but struggled this past drive. They only moved the ball 19 yards in 6 plays.
Oh, the chat exhorting Minson to, get up and return to the field. Maybe he's going to rub some dirt on it or whatever and get back. We'll see.
Two tight ends. Strong-eyed jokers. Here's a power play off to the right side. And Williams has all kinds of running room. And Jason Williams finally gets tracked down in Florida territory to 47 by Hammer and Carroll.
Colin, I don't know if we're going to get another look at that, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't touched until he was actually touched by the tackler.
Stephen Hacker calling out his rookie fullback with a nice block there to pave the way for Williams. Got to give a shout out to the Cowboy too, Robert Garrett Jr. Also some outstanding blocking down the field. These tight ends, they're quite big people in terms of height. Robert Garrett Jr. is 6'7", 260. Percoco is also 6'7", 260.
I think volume and mass is.
Here's Williams again, makes 2 spin moves, including an unblocked defender missing the hole. That was Tomalo. And Williams already up to 65 yards on just 7 carries. He also has 1 catch for 3 yards, thanks to Zach Holborn keeping track of the facts and figures. 3 men in the backfield. 3 people in the backfield, rather. As here's to get to Williams. Again, cuts inside. Will only pick up a yard. Instead of 3rd and 5.
If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and role-playing. Game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Here's your 3rd and 5.
Hacker in the slot in this weak-eye twins formation. Curtis dropped back to throw it as he throws, and it'll be incomplete. Alex Dominguez applying the pressure, and it'll be 4th down.
And don't look now, but Florida's D is maybe figuring it out a little bit, right? Am I right?
Not wrong.
Not wrong. They just have that propensity to give up that first play of the possession long run to Fort Worth, but they stiffened up here.
Some interesting figures early. Eric Hammer, already 6 combined tackles, 5 solo. As the punt is down in the end zone for a touchback.
Did you say 5 solo plus 1 more?
Yes, for
Wow.
6 total tackles.
Holy smokes.
For the Storm, they're down 7. They haven't done a whole lot offensively, at least early, but there's still plenty of game to go. 22 seconds left on the third. Offside, we got a free play. It's a dump off to Boletsky. Boletsky will get knocked out of bounds by E.K. Vincent, who had close to 20 tackles against London during the convention game.
This just in from the checkers. It was 22 seconds to go in the first.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
Offside called on number 97, Jeff Kaler, the other defensive tackle, lining up next to Joey Schwindett.
Stephen Hackler, appreciate you feeling my pain there. And we
reached the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Fort Worth in front. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch. Here's Cochran as we start the second quarter from Fort Worth. Finds the rookie wide receiver Justice Blackwell for a first down to 42. Impressive throw there by the Hall of Famer, Rick.
Indeed, and just a quick developing pattern, and he's on it. Hard to defend that if you're Fort Worth, Colin.
Cochran sets things up out of the offset eye. One receiver to the side, tight end Zarkov. Lined up in front of the fullback as Boletsky loses 3 yards.
Speaking of Zarkov, he beat out Emperor Zerg for starting position there.
Gary Marks on the TFL. And the struggles for Boletsky continue. He now has 3 carries for -1 yards. 1 week after he gained 222 yards against Denver. Here's a pass by Ron out. A quick little out pattern, and E.J. Minson has a broken kneecap and will be out for the remainder of this game.
And the next 13 weeks.
Oh, you're forgetting something about adductus. Adductus can work magic.
I hope so. A little Gorilla Glue and some duct tape.
Offset high formation, 3rd and 7. Cochran quick drop. Dumps it off to Boletsky. Cannot make the first defender miss. And the man they call Bullets really struggling as Harish Prasad in the chat says, EJ caught a case of the Harish.
Oh. Well, friendly fire there.
J.L. Browning with the nice wrap-up of the slippery Boletsky. And Cade Stevens on the return gets smacked down at the 15.
And smacked down indeed. So the Toros had a nice first possession, Colin, going all the way down, including running a little goal line on the early plus side of the field to try and keep the drive alive, which they did. And since then, nothing. The Rick meter has noticed, and noticed both teams. We'll have a reading coming up here later in the second quarter.
As Florida shifts their defense around, of course, Max Pauls is a defensive wizard here in the Simulation Football League. Curtis turns, gives to Williams, and he loses 3 yards as the TFL's made almost immediately in the backfield by number 42, Stephen Black.
Yeah, here get another view of it. Just waltzes right in.
Aaron Alexander giving chase, but ultimately unable to stop.
Hopefully you boys and girls notice too. Put his arms around the ball carrier. Even if he couldn't make the tackle, slows him up enough to get some help.
Here's to get to Williams again, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Here's a look at some of his numbers. See the average. Also has 1 grab for 3 yards. This will be a 3rd down and 13 and 40. Toros, they're 2 of 4. But this is a long way to go. They need to get past the 20 to about the 25 for a first down. This will be a split spread look with 2 wide receivers, the top one to the bottom. Curtis throws to the bottom side to Acker, and that won't do it. He gets touched down at the 17. It'll be 4th and 8.
For some reason, the Toros forgot to run their first down play. They're 3rd and 13. We need a first down play. You know what, Colin? I'm looking at the over-under it. 45.5 as we're ticking down through the second quarter. I don't think the betting public expected what so far is a little bit of a defensive game here. Although Florida's going to have good position, good field position.
They'll get the ball on the 49 as Blackwell fielded the punt there.
There's going to be the deciding possession for the Rick meter with the only points on the board by Fort Worth, even though this game seems to have stalled out. If Fort Worth forces a punt on this possession, you can take a guess where the lean's going to go, right?
They line up in an ace formation. Offset back is Boletsky, 1 receiver either side. Back to throw is Cochran, swings it out to Boletsky. Boletsky spins back inside to stay in bounds. He'll pick up 6. 2nd and 4.
All hail Boletsky. Their faith in him is rewarded here as he finally has can produce a decent play. Of course, it's not all him. It's the blocking, right? The execution and the line play has been a little bit of a problem by Florida.
Offset eye. 2 tight ends to the same side. Cochran staring at a blitz. Will turn, get to Boletsky. Boletsky will get snowed under for a loss of 2, and the ground struggles for poor old Charlie continue as Marquise Reed makes the it. He's been around a lot of places. 9th year in the league, 1st year with the Toros.
And right on cue, the Florida left side of the line turns out to be leaky, and Boletsky can't go anywhere. Although he may have lacked some vision. He tried to spin it back inside. He probably should have just hit the sideline on that one.
3 wide receivers. Cochran slant over the middle, and that's their first 3rd down conversion. And welcome to the ball game, number 11, Stephen Bush. His first reception of the day, and it's a timely one. As we approach now under 6 minutes to go. Here's Cochran, will swing it out to Boletsky once again. Boletsky has room, but he can't. Vincent only holds him to a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6. Two tight ends to the same side, receivers opposite side in a twins look. Here's Cochran, swings to the tight end side, and Boletsky will pick up 3 more yards. That's now his 5th grab.
Brings up 3rd and short, which is good news for the Florida faithful, as we're going to tick under 5 minutes here to go in the half with this play.
Cochran under center, back to throw, swings it out to the other side to Boletsky. It's first down to the 27, as we're now under 5 minutes to go, 4:50 and counting until halftime. Remember, Florida elected to put their defense on the field first.
That means they can do one of Colin's favorite things in football. Score at the end of the first half and get the ball back to start the second.
Two tight ends to the same side, offset, single back to the right side. And they swing it out to Boletsky. Why not? They've gained good yardage out of this. They pick up 3 more. Marquise Reed on yet another tackle.
Is it time for the De La Salle comment as they keep running those outs and swing passes to either the left or the right side, forcing Fort Worth to have to stop it?
Here to get a I-wing Joker's look out of the eye, and Boletsky, the first big run of the day, picks up a first down to the 12.
Big old Boletsky. Well blocked, and Charlie takes advantage of it. Let's get another look. He finds that hole, doesn't need his spin move. Oh, and mows over.
That's Delaney Nash right there, Dad.
Mows over Delaney. I'm stunned. Stunning.
Now they go 3 wide receivers. The extra receiver to it is now playing the slot because of the injury to Mixon. Slips up. First and goal from the 2. What a catch made by Stephen Bush, his second of the drive.
Nicely done. And they get 3 more cracks at it from right on the doorstep.
I said slant, but that in the replay look there, it actually looked more like one of those classic arrow routes.
Yeah, just took off. Got his protractor out, made sure he was headed in the right direction.
First and goal from the 2. Here's to get to Boletsky up the middle, and he scores a touchdown.
Good for Boletsky. He'd been handling the bulk of the workload as he gives the ball a little CPR.
And Boletsky crossed an important career milestone a bit earlier in the day. He's now over 3,000 yards for his career. It's his second season in the league and with the Storm. Congratulations to Bola Boletsky crossing the 3,000 yard mark.
And as public service announcement, I noticed Boletsky was properly doing the CPR, and handy hint, you can do that to Hail to the Victors for all you Go Blue Michigan fans. That was the right cadence for your chest pumps.
It needs extra point is up and through, so with 3:01 to go before halftime, the Florida Storm make things all even Steven. It's 7 apiece.
And we've got a reading from the Rick meter. The Rick meter, first official reading of the game, is staying at, drumroll please, there we go, thank you, neutral.
Ooh, man, not very often at this point in the game do we get a neutral reading.
Yes, that's right. That's right, it's neutral, and that is a rare reading.
Stevens returns it up to the 23, 2:57 to go in the second. All 3 timeouts available to the Toros should they need them at any point in this drive. They had a good opening drive, went 77 yards, but other than that, they've been stuck in neutral.
They have.
Here's Curtis, quick drop. We'll swing this out to Alexander, who gets tackled almost immediately in the backfield. You see the quarterback comparison. Curtis has the touchdown pass. Zach Holdorf is our statistician, and according to Mr. Holdorf, Curtis is now 8 of 10 for 52 yards and a touchdown.
Yes, thank you, Zach. And little known fact, the Rick Meter staff is sponsored by Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew.
Here's a 6-step drop from Curtis down the field, complete. And that is his favorite target so far today. Steven Acker hauls that in. His 4th grab of the day, and it's huge for a first down. as we fast approach the 2-minute warning.
And Hacker's catch puts a twitch into the Rick meter. Let's see what they can do here.
Looks like they won't get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. We're all tied at 7 here at the Stockyards in Fort Worth. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch TV. And we're back here at Fort Worth, Texas. The home team Toros tied at 7 with the Florida Storm, looking for the first win of season 17 as this pass is complete. Out for a 7-yard pickup to Robert Garrett Jr.
Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play it, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games and it's thousands of players who've hit the virtual field. Simulation Football League 17 season strong.
Base Scout 11 is asking who received the kickoff first, and Robert Garrett Jr. answered my question almost immediately. He says, us. As Jason Williams is tackled near the line of scrimmage by Ryan Tobin. Give some chat shout-outs for the first time today. Brian Dynasty checking in from Honolulu. Hello, Brian. Always good to see you in the chat. It was even better to see the hair flip in person.
See in person, exactly, yeah.
This is a third down, and Williams will be stopped a yard short by 2 defenders.
Oh.
As we're now inside of a minute to go to the half.
And with that stop, the twitch meter also stops the twitch meter. The Rick meter stops being twitchy. I'm so excited, I can't even talk her better gooder. Yeah.
Axel Raven SFL, I've seen you in the chat. Hello to you, good sir. We're under 2 minutes to go, and the booth is not inclined to take a look at this. All right.
Try and get him to jump here. Nope. Just burn the clock.
Eichhorn's punt is away, and this will be beautiful. Down inside the 5 to the 3.
Are you kidding me? Wow. Even though that's always the idea, it's amazing to this broadcaster when it actually works out.
Guy Clausen, I see him in the chat. He says Jason's knee didn't fall short on that third down run, but
they've already punted. Give it up. Let it go.
And here's the give to Boletsky. Stop the line of scrimmage. You see the comparison there. He said 12 yards on 6 carries, whereas Williams, he's now up to 72 yards on 12 carries. We've reached halftime, and we're all knotted up at 7 apiece. As we take a look at the first half statistics and get our thoughts from the man sitting next to me here. Only
a pretty close differential in total yards, but
only 89 total yards for Florida. It looks like, or theoretically, at least from a statistical perspective, should be ahead by more points, but ultimately it's the Storm defense that's kept their team in the game.
after giving up that long drive on the first possession. Florida's defense is progressively improved in a progressive fashion, gotten better as the game's gone on. How about that?
Cameron Curtis, 10 of 12 passing for 84 yards, touchdown, and more importantly for him, considering he threw 3 picks against London last week and had 90 total yards in the game, he's thrown no interceptions today. Adam Leach leading the way with 4 tackles for Fort Worth. 1 TFL from Gary Marks and another from Marquise Reed, as well as a pass deflection. And the highlight package is over. Back to the stockyards we go.
We have a surprisingly entertaining tie game for those of you football fans who like such things.
It's a good old-fashioned defensive slugfest.
A little bit of a chess match going on between the OCs and the DCs, right?
Indeed, as the kickoff is away to Blackwell, a few yards deep in the end zone. He's on the return, outrunning his blockers, makes a juke, and gets knocked down at the 24.
One time I'd like to see one of the returners after initial contact or a feint into the line, try and hit the sidelines. A lot of times these defenders get stacked up.
And for the Storm, they line up again in the I-wing jokers with Stephen Bush very tight next to the other tight end, and this will be a bullet. This will be a Cochran throw, and that almost ended in disaster. I believe he was looking for Zarkov down the field, but Marquise Reed had other ideas.
Yeah, I believe you saw a little bit of the chess match there as they show run, or maybe power, and they throw out of it to the single receiver on the right side, just trying to catch them.
We had an I formation. Beletsky dotting the I, one receiver either side. Cochran over, knocked down by David Harrell. Looking for Zarkov again. 3rd and 10.
Boy, Cochran made it too easy for Harrell by throwing right into the teeth of the coverage. Yikes.
He went for the swat instead of trying to catch it. His head coach and fellow teammate in the chat says, catch that, Dave.
Dave, a little bit of mustard on that one, coach. Oh, they totally out of bounds.
Tried to go underneath the Beletsky. Didn't quite exactly go to plan. It'll be 4th and 10.
Beletsky either wasn't paying attention or is not familiar with Newton's laws as he runs out of bounds, turns around, and then catches the ball.
And this will be a punt by Agrippa, standing back about his own 10. Stevens waiting back deep. This is a high punt. Just over 4 seconds as Stevens gets hammered down at the 37.
As he sort of pounds the ball a couple of times like he was maybe missed something, but he wasn't going anywhere with that one. Maybe he was mad he didn't fair catch it and had to take the punishment.
There's Alex Dominguez. So far for the man they call Big Sexy, he just has 2 tackles. No sacks so far, or even TFLs. Jason Williams spins inside and carries a couple defenders with him, picks up 9 yards. Stephen Black recording his 2nd tackle. This will be a 2nd down and 1 from their 46. Viking Wolfking 87 likes your reference to Newton's laws.
I appreciate that very much. Somebody paid attention in school. And I'll remind everybody, gravity, it's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Adam Alexander, his first reception out of his second reception out of the backfield, and this time it goes for positive yards in a first.
How many? Are you shaking your fist at me again?
Where's our hard? Where's our hard? You should know all about that.
Where's our hard?
Power I formation.
I recently became a reader.
Here's a power play to the left. Williams cuts inside, and he once again it takes 2 Storm defenders to bring him down. What do you think of the Florida road uniforms being also of a lighter color? That's not necessarily white.
I like it. I'm a big fan of, especially for a team from Florida with more of those coastal, that coastal vibe, if you will. But no, I like it.
2nd and 4, Williams again on the carry, and he will pick up 3. This will be a 3rd and 1. I'll dip into the cliche jar for you, Rick, and say the whole playbook's open for the Toros.
I love it.
You know, Aaron Alexander has gained 2 yards on 2 carries. They need just 1 here. Perhaps they cross it off and go fullback dive up the middle.
It's a little known fact. We get a stipend from the Broadcasters Union every time we use one of their approved cliches.
Here's Williams again on the power. Gets a block from Alexander and picks up the 1st down to the 33. And Jason Williams, he continues to go to work. He's now at the 91 yards on 15 carries. And once again, the rookie throws an outstanding block, this time on Ryan Davidson.
Well, the Toros are trying to impose their will a little bit here and try and grab maybe some momentum. Colin, as recall, we ended the half with the Rick meter at neutral as these teams have played to a draw so far. But here we have Fort Worth in the plus side of on the plus side of the field.
They flex the tight end out as the 3rd receiver. Curtis goes in the flat instead. And
that ball.
And Jason Williams will lose 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 35 for Florida.
And for some reason, the echo is talking to us.
Well, I must have set it off. I apologize for that. It's Curtis's pass. Complete to Cade Stevens. Only his 2nd catch of the day, and this will be good enough for a 1st down. He needed 12. He got about 13 to the 23.
What was that movie with Roz and the Monsters, Inc.?
Yes.
Always watching. The echoes are always listening.
What a beautiful catch by Stevens. His 2nd grab. This is his 3rd season in Fort Worth. 4th overall. Previously spent time with Vancouver. He does games with his best friend, Eric Hiccups Vincent. And those two are a great pair together. As Curtis hit as he throws, incomplete. Deontay Stoneville almost had it sacked.
Nice job, and that's going to leave Curtis a little mark on Curtis, I think. Took quite a hit.
Oh, even Hacker is out by the lake today.
Yeah, Steven Hacker's flexing in the chat there. Okay, fine, the lake, whatever.
Upset Singleback twins to the bottom. As Curtis is back to throw. Fires down the field. Oh, incomplete, looking for Hacker. And it was better defended by 2 powder blue uniforms that time. Most notably Ryan Davidson.
Don't worry, Stephen. We'll sit here in the unair-conditioned booth in Fort Worth to bring you the game.
Here they go, split spread. 3 wide receivers. Third one. To the outside, and Stevens dropped the ball. But even if he would have caught it, it wouldn't have been enough for 1st down. But Taco Sicario trots on the field for a field goal attempt.
Who's Project X Crusade in the chat? Just say, yeah, asking for a friend. Yeah, by the way, it's 87 here in Fort Worth. Feels like 92. Typical Texas afternoon.
Taco Sicario, first field goal of the day. Made a couple last week versus London, and this one is easy as he pleases. 40 yards, no problem for the man they call the Thicker. He's 5'8", 260 pounds. This is a man who never misses his tacos on a Tuesday.
They pulled him out of the Sebastian Janikowski mold. Remember that fellow?
Oh, yes, of course.
Sebastian spent a career kicking for the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, most of the time with the Raiders, exactly. He boots this one about a yard deep in the end zone, coming out with his black roll, spins to the inside, and down he goes. Guy Clausen in the chat saying it's taco for everyone.
Tacos for everybody. Take your ticket stub to any Del Taco this week and get a free crunchy taco with your order of $5 or more.
Boletsky stopped in the backfield for a loss of 2, and you see the numbers there. It's just unbelievable how Bullet Boletsky, after gaining 200-plus yards one week, can barely gain 10 the next week so far.
It's almost been binary, right? He's had like some pretty good runs, and then he's had several of just hasn't been able to get anywhere. And I think, especially that left side of that line is inconsistent with their blocking for him.
The fullback out of the backfield gains good yards up to the 26, but it'll be a 3rd and 7. As David Horrell says, EK is my hero. I hope to be just like him if I ever grow up. This will be 2 tight ends to the bottom side, single receiver Stephen Bush. Cochran going to Bush on the outcut, but he's 3 yards short.
It's just a great throw, a hard throw to make all the way across the field. It didn't run the out far enough.
And Marcus Agrippa on the field for yet another punt. He's punted 4 times already today. This will be attempt number 5 for Marcus. And for those keeping track at home, Florida is now 2 of 7 on 3rd down. They've only gained 8 first downs all day. Fort Worth has 10 first downs offensively. Here's the return by Stevens. They get to the 30, but I think a flag is down. We'll have to check the flag from our 62. Oh, we have a clip on the return.
Wow.
Very unusual. A clipping called on the return. And the guilty party is number 50, Lawrence Baylor. On special teams, called for the clip, and that'll back the offense up just a bit.
Say goodbye to Mr. Baylor, never to see the field again.
Gonna be looking.
You got one job to do.
Looking for a new job.
It's on special teams, and he just blocked somebody.
Curtis all by himself in the empty shotgun. Williams flex out as a receiver. Instead, he goes the opposite way and picks up 3 yards on first down.
Something for this short sideline throw headache that I'm getting from this game. By the way, visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL.
2nd and 7. Another throw out to Hacker. He picks up about 6. And Hacker's been the most productive receiver as Curtis has now crossed the 100-yard mark. He's at 106 now with that last completion.
Hacker does not have slippery hands in this game, does he?
Must have gotten rid of the sunscreen.
Good sunscreen discipline is the key.
Oh, there's Williams, a big hole, and he gets a big run for the first time in a good bit as he gets knocked down at his own 38.
That's a first down.
And once again, Aaron Alexander just doing the yeoman's work with the blocking today.
Unsung hero are those blockers and the guys and gals, men and women of the SFL who don't mind doing the dirty work to help move the ball down the field, matriculate down the field.
Split backs for Curtis, 3 wide receivers. Turns, gives to Williams on an ISO play up the middle, picks up 3 yards. Third receiver in the formation is number 82, Jamal Martin. Typically, your number 1 wide receiver in those 3 sets will go in the slot. So we'll see Hacker a lot there. And of course, Hacker is a big target at 6'5", 235 pounds. Here they go to the other receiver, Cade Stevens, who picks up a first down.
And that's how you do it. If you're gonna throw to the sideline, do it like that, please. Please, for the love of Pete.
Have enough room to turn upfield. And Stevens does exactly that. He's 6'2", 200 pounds.
Even St. Peter blows his horn for that one. Thank you very much. No, not that horn, just the fan horn. Come on.
Tight end flex down to the bottom is Robert Garrett Jr. to go 1 receiver each side out of the I formation. Turn gives, second man through the hole is Williams, and he only picks up 1 yard exactly to the 50-yard line. As well as Markham, and once again, Eric Hammer, who's been awfully busy, records another tackle.
It's hammer time.
He's now up to 6 solo tackles.
Can't touch this.
And 1 assist for a combined total of 7. Here's Williams with another carry, and Jason will get thrown down after a pick of a 3. You see the numbers for him now.
Where's my? Sorry about that. Go ahead.
He's leading the way in just about every category, but Boletsky has the rushing
I
touchdown.
swear, nobody can talk with you around here.
Oh, please.
I was going to say, where are my baggy pants? But the hammer time and you can't touch this, that was like so long ago now. Nobody gets that joke.
3rd and 6, Curtis. Away. All right, number 48 on the play for Florida.
Thank you, Hitman Holdorf's in the chat.
Adam Jones.
Holdorf's.
And Fort Worth once again to punt. That drive could have ended very badly.
Yeah, we kind of talked about Fort Worth, the momentum stalling for both teams, and somebody trying to grab it. Fort Worth maybe with the taco field goal, but maybe only lightly as this drive stalls out, and they've got to give the ball back to their opponents, the Florida Storm.
And the Storm will take over on their own 14. Ron Cochran, 75 yards passing on 16 of 21 in terms of completions, 2 attempts. Elvet Equiam says, I get all those old references, and that'll be affirming for my father.
Hey, boo.
As the throw is complete to the bottom to Justice Blackwell.
I don't need no daily affirmations. I'm an outlier, and I'm proud of it.
He picks up 5, 2nd and 5. Oh, Guy Clausen, I appreciate your comment in the chat as well, my friend.
Oh, boy.
Charlie Boletsky with a couple of spins, able to squeeze out yardage to the 21 to set up a 3rd and 3.
Well, let's see if Florida can keep their possession alive here. Kind of a
123 and counting to go in the quarter.
Only 1 score so far in the second half. We only had 2 in the first half.
Offset eye. Both tight ends to the same side. They go down the field. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted on the play by Delaney Nash, number 41.
And Delaney Nash wakes everybody back up with that one. Your human no-dos.
Trying to go down the middle, I believe that was Zarkov, the intended receiver, but instead Delaney Nash, or his teammates like to call him Delaney Smash, after he caused that injury to poor E.K. Vincent. Minton.
Did he? I thought Vincent, he was untouched.
As Fort Worth will line up in the empty backfield, Williams flexed out as a third receiver, fourth receiver rather, and he makes a one-handed catch, just making it look easy down to the 19 for a first down.
Wow, and that puts them in field goal range unless you're the St. Louis Gladiators, who turned down a field goal from their own 26.
Apparently the winds were blowing a little too hard, although I heard a rumor from one of my teammates, Igor Mondavi, that our kicker was not fully stretched. He hadn't completed stretching routine.
Kickers. No wonder people aren't thrilled with kickers. Anyway.
Here's the throw down to Cade Stevens. E.K. Vincent's best friend picks up 3 more yards for his trouble.
You know, when I played, right, so we go out, especially for fall camp, and we got 2-a-days. The kickers come out, they stretch for an hour or two, then they kick for about a half hour, 45 minutes, then they stretch some more, and then they disappear. And you know what they do in the afternoon? They go play golf. They don't have to come back. You know?
H.N. Curtis, quick drop, pump fake. Oh, looking for Stevens, but just out of the reach. This will set up 3rd and 7 as we get another look at an ear wreck.
Oh, man. I don't know why he double pumped on that. Right there, he's probably trying to break him open right there, but
he did, but it was just out of reach for Stevens.
Off target.
3rd and 7 from the
one of those cases of the receiver being too wide open, right? If you have to think about it, you're not going to make that throw.
Man in the slot. As we go 3 wide. Curtis over the middle again. This time he completes.
I know there's going to be a gap there in the secondary.
Mike Kicker, number 84, hauls it in. And that's his first catch of the day. And what a time for it.
Mike Kicker beat out the My Pillow guy for that spot.
Early 1st and goal. As we reach the end of the 3rd quarter, 10-7, Fort Worth in front. Looking to add more, you're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch. Welcome back to Fort Worth, Texas in the stockyards as the Toros look to take the lead over the Florida Storm even further. They lead at 10-7 and 1st and goal from the 4. Chris Curtis under center out of an I formation with 2 receivers to the bottom. Changes the play as he looks over a goal line defense. He's back to throw. Throws for the end zone. It's a touchdown to Cade Stevens.
Nice job as Stevens runs the back end line, Colin. And Curtis finds him. Little John Taylor there.
His 2nd of the day.
Whoops.
Oh, just beautiful footwork there by Stevens.
Basically stops and then grabs the ball. Well done. Hey, while we wait for the extra point, I want to tell you about APM Music. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And with that,
it is now a 10-point game. It's 17-7.
And with that, the Rick meter is going from neutral to lean Fort Worth. Yes, only lean. It's just a 10-point game, and we have not had a lot of scoring. So it's just lean Fort Worth right now as we get set for the kickoff.
Darko Sicario set to kick off to Justice Blackwell.
Mr. Blackwell.
Fields a couple yards deep, and he gets out to the 24.
No relation to the legendary Mr. Blackwell, who's a legendary clothier in the Detroit area. How about that? Hey, visit the league's SFL YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed. Since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013, SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind players, segments, and all the major milestones in league history. Uh-oh.
One of those players was profiled that you can find on YouTube was Charlie Beletsky. He loses 3 more yards as Delaney Nash records another records TFL for him. He had 3 tackles and, of course, the 1 pick that set up the most recent touchdown.
Delaney Nash, turning into the human wrecking ball here for the Florida Storm. I mean, for Fort Worth on the Florida Storm.
Here's Cochran.
Oh, no.
Out to Beletsky. Bunt inside, but he came into and was like, sit out.
Spun right into the arms of his future BFF there.
As we're now fast under 10 minutes to go, 3rd and 8, and for Florida, there's got to be a bit of urgency here.
No doubt.
Here's the pass, 2 yards short of the sticks to Stephen Bush. Bush
Go ahead.
has now 4 grabs.
I think we're getting ready to talk about how they need to turn this drive into some points, but no sooner had that thought hit our minds, Colin, as it comes up 4th and 2.
There's 4 grabs for 24 yards. Varian Zarkov's been targeted 4 times without a reception. Ron Cochran's thrown 1 pick. He has 89 yards passing and 19 of 25. In terms of completions to attempts, Cade Stevens, who had the touchdown reception, fields the punt, breaks out of a tackle, almost breaks out of a second one, and gets knocked down at the 37. That was a 4-yard touchdown pass. They were able to take advantage of the shortened field goal. 5 plays, 32 yards last time they had the ball. And score a touchdown. Cameron Curtis' 2nd of the game and 3rd of the season, as he looks to improve that touchdown passing number of his. Jason Williams, he got smacked down real hard, picks up 5, as you see the average there. Longest drive for the Florida Storm is 51 yards in 10 plays. The 2nd and 5, 3 wide. Turn, get the Williams again, breaks a tackle, and picks up the first down to the 47. That's making it look easy. Hurdling over down lineman here, breaking a tackle there.
Nice run, well blocked, workmanlike.
Empty shotgun look for Curtis, who's been extremely efficient today. Throw, this one to Stevens, who picks up 9 yards.
Coverage of the Simulation Football League 17 season on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, same time, same place, as the Florida Storm welcome the Mexico City Aztecs in the 12th meeting between old school foes at 2:30 p.m. in the East. That drama will be followed by a Pacific clash between unbeaten Vancouver and top division challenger Los Angeles. Bonus coverage will include a rematch between Atlanta and London, plus DC visiting Louisiana. That comes your way next Saturday on Next Level Sports, Colin.
Atlanta, London will be appointment television as Jason Williams now is up to around 126 yards and 23 carries, 5.9 yards a carry. Also has 3 receptions for 11 yards. That guy continues to put in the work. Shout out to the offensive lineman, to Johnny Van Man, as Williams will get another carry, and this time he'll get stopped line of scrimmage for no gain by that man, Alex Dominguez.
He is a large person, tough to get by in the open field.
6'2", 315 pounds, right in the middle.
It's an immovable object.
Here's the give up the middle to Williams. He gets 4 yards. This will set up 3rd and 6 and the 35. If they don't get the first down, they probably hope for at least a couple more yards to put Hako Sicario in comfortable field goal range. The running back now is Bailey Rentley. Checks in for Williams to give him a blow. This will be a Curtis pass to the sideline.
Oh,
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, short of the sticks to Stevens.
that'll go as a stop for Florida's D. And I guess maybe they forced him to throw to the relief valve there, but that was not going to manufacture a first down.
And Hako Sicario already made 1 field goal today. This will be from a bit longer distance.
Going to be about a 47-yarder, it looks like, maybe.
Right hash
48.
out of the old of Jason Russell. Snap, spot, kick is on the way, and it is good from 48 yards. Officially, they'll call the distance, and with 6:02 to go, it's now 20-7. The hometown Toros out in front.
And with 6:02 to go, it's 20-7 to hometown Toros and the Rick meter. The Rick meter is now predicting a Fort Worth win. Full lean for Fort Worth with the crunchy taco. Crunch time, taco time. Successful field goal.
Here is Sicario's kick to Blackwell. Blackwell's gotten a couple good returns. This will be about a yard deep in the end zone coming out. And he'll get tackled at the 21.
Yeah, for those of you wondering about why it's a full in Fort Worth, even with just a 2-score game, you got to remember Florida offense has only put 1 score on the board, so hard to understand how they might manufacture 2 scores at this point with under 6 minutes to go. Crazier things have happened, but
Offset I formation, strong arm pro. Charlie Boletsky on the carry, and Boletsky able to get 2 yards, but now I think they got to put this game on the arm of Ron Cochran. With the time in the game and the fact that they're down by 2 scores, I would put it in Ron's hands. See how he does.
sense of urgency seems to be coming over the Florida offense, Colin. Let's see.
Here's Boletsky again. Breaks a tackle and will make it a 3rd and 2.
Their sense of urgency is offset by their constant selection of running plays. Hey, we had talked about next Saturday on Next Level Sports. Well, there's Sunday, too. Coverage of the Simulation Football League 17 season on For the Fans continues next Sunday. Same time, same place. As the 3-1 Houston Hyenas meet the 3-0 Queen City Corsairs starting at 12:30 in the East. Doubleheader also featuring the Portland Fleet trying to take down defending champ and rival Denver. Bonus coverage will include Las Vegas, Baltimore, plus St. Louis at Jacksonville. It all comes your way next Sunday For the Fans.
Stephen Bush catches the slant on 3rd down as that pass nearly ended in disaster for poor Ron Cochran. Gary Marks applied the hit.
Applied the hit. Nice. It's like Stephen Hacker applies his sunscreen. Not very carefully.
A bit more of a wide receiver heavy feature in these last couple plays for the Storm. Cochran under center. quick drop, dumps it off to Boletsky, and Boletsky will get stopped after a pickup of 1, and here we go with the hurry up.
Stephen Hacker wants everyone to know that he's out at the lake, by the way.
Here's a medium drop back, over the middle, knockdown, incomplete. Looking for the backup slot receiver, number 89, Jose Caliano, and it'll be 4th and 9 from their 42.
We'll see what's up, and no shade on Stephen Hacker, just color me jealous.
They're lining up to go for it in their own territory. Want to keep the drive going. Ron's back to throw. Fires down the middle. Converts it on 4th down. That is Stephen Bush.
And a little bit of Fort Worth's heart gets a nick taken out of it there. So they give up a long fourth down.
Well, Boletsky with an impressive one-handed grab, but he lost a yard. Just should have gone out of bounds, young man.
He should have dropped it, yeah.
Hurry up coming. Cochran has to go down the field and does. Stephen Bush on the slant to the 28.
Wow. Suddenly, Florida's got a bit of an offense here. So they've manufactured a few first downs, Colin.
Cochran
And
to the
another.
top side this time. Complete to the rookie Blackwell. Out of bounds at the 15.
Well done by the Rook. Preserving some clock. As the Storm have first down at the Fort Worth 15.
Bunch to the top, Barrett and Zarkov, all by himself to the bottom. And this movable Y formation as the throw is down to the 4. It'll be 1st and goal. Hurry up being called. Cochran gets everyone set. He's back to throw. Comes it off to Boletsky. Boletsky goes backwards. He gets knocked down at the 6.
He's got to get back in formation.
Here's Ron. Fires it out to Zarkov down to the 1.
Come on. Punch it in here. Boletsky up the middle. No, a quick
Ron. Slant dropped. Dropped, and it'll be 4th and goal. Blackwell dropped the ball, and it would have been a touchdown.
My gosh. I understand wanting to preserve clock, but just run the ball.
And I think they're going to go for it on 4th down because the field goal at this point doesn't really do them any sort of good.
It doesn't do him any good, yeah.
Stanley Nordellis checks in for Boletsky. Ron under center. He's back.
Oh, no.
Touchdown.
There they go.
On 4th and goal, and Barrett and Zarkov hauls it in for the score.
Nice, impressive drive as they convert 2 4th down plays. The second one for the score, Colin.
And now they're down by 7. They'll be down by 6 pending the extra point as Zarkov hauls that in.
So here's a question for you. 2:46 to go. You've got your timeouts. Do you kick it away or do you risk the onside kick? Which the success rate of that is low, but Fort Worth has an ability to chew you up and run out the clock.
Yes, this is a very tricky call here. They do have a contracted kicker to make things slightly easier, and they do have some folks with the ability to go on special teams.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, looks like they're lining up for the onside kick. We'll see. Their ball has to travel 10 yards. Here's the onside kick. Not much of a contest. It's grabbed.
Well, there'll be a lot of second guessing on that one. If it was my call, I'd have kicked away. With that much time, relied on the defense and my timeout strategy. to get one more crack at the ball. Now, Fort Worth can make it a 2-score game with a simple field goal. And they're not that far away.
Here's the get to Williams. He only picks up one. You see the yards for him now. He's up to 135 yards a carry. As we're running it down toward the 2-minute warning.
I want to thank Zach Holdorf and the stats on handling the stats for us. Little shade on 1-bar helmets there, Colin.
Well, he clarified it. He said 1-bar helmet light.
Right. Okay.
Williams takes the handoff, and that'll make it 3rd down 8 as we reach exactly the 2-minute warning. Fort Worth looking to close it out. They lead 20-14. You're watching the SFL presented by APM News. Two minutes to go, 3rd down and 8. Fort Worth looking to put away ball on the Florida 39. And they'll run it again to Williams. Only gets one, but Florida's forced to burn one of their timeouts with 150 step.
And they may not be in field goal range for Mr. Taco. Huh? You think?
I don't think so. Ball's on the 30.
54-yarder? 53-yarder? They're gonna punt. Don't look now. Where's that? Is it Noonan?
Oh, the rush came.
Close.
And this will be down beautifully inside the 10 to the 5.
Now, and Florida will have 95 yards, minute $1:47, no timeouts. And we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Mustang with a beautiful down of the ball. And the Florida Storm have 90 yards to go. And they need a touchdown if they want to win the game. that is not Mustang Sally, that is Chip Mustang. Has the completion out to Boletsky. He gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
At the 5. Still 95 yards and counting.
They got to go deeper down the field.
Oh, come on.
Oh, this won't be helpful. They gained 3 yards, but they're forced to burn another timeout with 1:28 left.
Oh, they do have a timeout. They do have timeouts. You've got to throw down the field. Yeah, I thank you, Axel Raven, SFL. Love that flat pass.
I formation, Cochran changing the play. Quick drop again.
Oh, look at
out route. Oh, it'll be 4th and 2.
Oh my gosh.
Where is that planned first down, my father's thinking?
Slowly, as the life slowly ebbs out of the Florida Storm here. Death by 1,000 of their own cuts.
4th and 2 on their own 13, and this time they're lined up from the shotgun.
Prove me wrong. Throw deep. Throw behind the secondary. Pick up the chunk play. Nope.
They're going to go underneath, and Valetsky doesn't get out of bounds.
He gets the first down, though. So 84 yards to go, minute 12.
Again, they dump off to Valetsky.
I'm sorry, Florida Nation. Got to be tough to watch. Have the game potential. Our old friend 2K Logic. Somehow thinking this is a good idea. Come on, yeah. Oh.
And they try to go over the middle, but Blake Bryan, who had a pick last week versus London, with the bat down there. Let's see Tim Hackett in the chat. Thanks for being here, Tim. And they'll face another 4th down.
This is where they shine. 4th down, converting 2 on their last drive.
Then they go to Zarkov. Doesn't get out of bounds.
Doesn't pick up the first down.
They'll go swing it again to Valetsky. And Valetsky, that is now grab number 18. And it's a sack, and Florida has to call a timeout with 6 seconds left. No sacks by either team, but big defensive tackle Joey Schwindet says, I got to put a stop to this madness.
We got to get one on this play right here. Yeah, this might just do it. We'll see. 6 seconds.
Go out of bounds.
3 seconds. All right.
Stephen Bush, 9 catches, 84 yards. Ball on 32, 3 seconds left.
One's for all the marbles. I don't think.
If you have any deep shotgun plays, use them now.
Let's throw them now. If you can, you can't hit the end zone from here, so it's got to be a catch and run, which will be difficult with the bunch that will be around the ball. Run a swing pass. Oh, a short drop with a swing pass.
Swing pass. We'll do it. Fort Worth wins their first game of the year by a score of 20-14. And the Florida Storm have to be wondering, what the heck just happened? Ron Cochran threw it 48 times, threw a touchdown, and threw a pick. And he finishes with 203 yards.
Stats all point to Fort Worth, and as does the scoreboard. And yeah, Colin, you got to be wondering, if you're Florida, even though for large stretches of the game, they didn't really have anything working. When it came down to it, they had the ball and opportunity on the last possession, but they had some other possessions that, they could have, all they needed was one more score, one more touchdown. One pick in the game, I believe, right, for Fort Worth?
Yeah, just one pick. Fort Worth got it. Cam Curtis finishes at 159 passing yards, 22-29 passing for 2 touchdowns, no picks, and a quarterback rating of 111.1.
Have a shout out to everybody in the chat. Very lively and fun. Make the game even more entertaining. Appreciate that. Oh, and some people are really nice. Thank you for your shout-outs there.
Rochelle Colston, co-owner of the Los Angeles Lycans.
Rochelle.
Playing the game, if I had to guess, would be Williams or Curtis. You couldn't go wrong with either.
I think it's Williams.
Thanks to Zach Holdorf and Justin Reside for stats. It's Curtis.
You called it,
threw for 155 yards, 2 touchdowns on 22 of 29 passing. Well, for those of us at the Simulation Football League, for Cameron Irvine, Executive Producer Commissioner, I'm Colin Northup, Rick Northup. Have a good night, everyone, and thanks to Zach Holdorf and Justin Reside.